I'm sending a message to my AI agent right now from my phone. It's running on a VPS in one terminal, and it's about to do something that used to take me an entire stack of tools. Watch this. There we go. That whole thing you've just seen, the Telegram chat, the agent thinking, the result landing, that's the result of a weekend project. Basically, I spent the whole weekend rebuilding because I've left something behind. Now, I've been running OpenClaw for a long time, pretty much since it's been kicking around, and I've loved it, probably like you, but the last few weeks have been really rough. So I've rebuilt the whole thing, everything I've been doing in OpenClaw, using Anthropic products only. Quick bit of honesty before I get started. Now, I'm not here to pile on or tell you to change tools, but for me, over the last few weeks, my OpenClaw instances have been getting slower and breaking more than they did in the last few months, with disconnects, timeouts, and things that just used to work no longer work for me. And I've been watching as the Anthropic ecosystem has been growing inside that same window. New plugins, new channels, new routines, all official and all tied together. So I gave myself a weekend to rebuild my whole stack inside Claude Code with the same agent, same Telegram, same skills, same recurring tasks. And at the end, I found something that my old setup genuinely couldn't do. So keep watching for that, and here's the build. Okay, step one, and here we are on my computer. First thing, I need a machine that doesn't sleep. Now, you can use any VPS host. I use Linode regularly, and it really doesn't matter. You can pick your own. So I'm going to create the Linode. It's really simple. You can choose a region, preferably one that's close to you. Operating system, not too important, but I've always preferred Debian. I'll go for a nice chunky 4GB dedicated CPU there. Nothing else really needs to be done. I can call this Claude Agent, for instance, so I know what I'm dealing with. If I want to, I can give it a really secure root password right here. That's good. And then everything else is fine. Now I need to also select a firewall. No firewall, unfortunately. You should probably add one for security. And now you'll see up here, it's provisioning my computer in the cloud where I can run Claude Code 24/7. While that's happening, you'll see over here I've got access. This is SSH access. This is how I'll get into my machine that I'm spinning up now. So I'm going to copy this command here. And while that's still provisioning, I'll do a spotlight search and go for terminal. And there you go. This is my Mac terminal. Now I can paste that command in. Now you can see my machine is still booting up. Okay, and we're running. So now I should be able to hit enter. And to this rather scary prompt, I just type yes. And then, of course, the password to get in. Boom, look at that. I am now logged into my machine I just spun up in the cloud using my VPS provider. Next, with Claude Code, much the same as OpenClaw, we'll copy this one-line installer. And then we'll simply paste it here at the command line of my new VPS and hit enter. And with that, you can now see that Claude Code is being installed on that computer I just created. And there you go, look at that. It took just moments. 3 commands, spin up a VPS, SSH in, and install Claude Code. So this is how we get authenticated with our Claude Pro or Max plan. We simply type Claude, that will fire up Claude like so. And for our login method, we select Claude with subscription. It's going to give you a URL there. Now, the easiest way to do this is hit the C key. That's going to copy that URL to your clipboard. Then I'm just going to paste that URL into my web browser, hit enter, and boom, it's going to ask if it can authenticate with my Anthropic Claude account, which of course I'll authorize. Now, this is important. Copy this code, go back to Claude Code you're trying to spin up in your web browser, paste that code in there, hit enter, boom, login successful, and what do you know, I have Claude Code running on a VPS in the cloud. Now this is all well and good, but if I close my terminal window now, my agent will die along with that Claude Code session, and I don't want that happening. I want my agent available 24/7, just like I've been used to, and that's what tmux is for. I can type in tmux new, that starts a new -s, which means session, and then I can call that session something like Claude. Now that actually opens a new window down here. So that means that session will always be alive even when I close the terminal window. So now inside this session, I can type in Claude. And now if I want to get out of that tmux window, I can hit Control B and then D like that. And I have detached from that session, but I can always reattach. And all I have to do is type tmux attach T and then Claude. So I'm using tmux to attach to the terminal that I've named Claude, enter, and boom, I'm back in. So I'm always there, it's always available to me, and I can run Claude 24/7. So let's get on to step 2, which is Telegram. And this is the bit I thought would be hard. I've been so used to messaging my agents on Telegram, and in OpenClaw, it was easy. Onboarding helped you and guided you through the setup. Well, it turns out Anthropic actually shipped an official plugin for Claude Code. It's called Channels, and you can actually chat with Claude Code using Telegram. And look at this, the Claude official documentation has details on how to set this all up. So first I'm going to message the bot father with a /command new bot, and we'll call it, how about Claudie? That seems appropriate. And then we need to give it a name, so we'll call it CM Claudie, and it has to end with the name bot here, so that's done. Oh, look, I've got a key here. We'll need that very soon. So I'm going to copy this command now, and we'll run this inside my Claude Code instance on my VPS. We'll confirm. And look, it's installed. I run reload plugins. That's pretty easy to reload that plugin and have it working. Now we've got it installed. By the way, it's worth to note at this point, Claude also supports Discord and iMessage, so you can choose your favorite messaging app. Okay, now it's time to configure with my token. So I'll copy this command, /telegram:configure, and then we need to copy this token that the bot father has given us and paste it over here. Okay, here's the really important thing. I needed to restart Claude with the Channels plugin for Telegram enabled. Once that's done, I can go to my bot, start a new chat. You'll see that it says DM me anything, and you'll get a 6-character pairing code. So I'll just say, hey, like that. And we now have a Telegram pairing token, which I'll paste in here. And now you can actually see here, it says paired say hi to Claude. So, well, let's actually try this and see if it works. Typing in hi, and you notice it's immediately reflected over here in my tmux terminal, and then it replies to me, hi, how can I help? I'll say, tell me about you. Now I've noticed I didn't have auto mode enabled, so I'm going to enable it so it doesn't ask me for permissions every time and make it the default mode. So now we'll say, tell me more, and it comes straight back and it tells me a little bit about what it can do. This is awesome. That's Telegram sorted, officially supported in about 2 minutes. Now it's time for step 3, and that's memory and skills, which again are just files the same as OpenClaw. So I'm going to give Claudie some personality. You are really cool and only type in lowercase. You also love emojis, and we'll say commit this to memory. I don't need to say anything else. I'm sending that off. It's processing on my VPS here, and in just a moment, you'll see it's actually writing to memories, and look, it's actually saved it. From now on, I'll keep things lowercase and sprinkle in emojis. LMK, what you want to do next. This is awesome. Do you remember? And we'll just check that my Claudie remembers who it is. Yep, locked in. Oh my goodness, my Claudie has personality. Now, what is really cool, I can actually show you in this tmux session. If I control CC, that exits out of Claude. Now, if I message and say hi, you'll see I get no response because Claude Code is not running. But of course, I could just start it back up again with the same command, the Claude command with the Channels plugin enabled, trust the folder, and now it's in auto mode automatically. So with this running, I'll say, hey, like that, and we'll see immediately Telegram is running again. And look at that. So even if I exit out of Claude Code or my VPS shuts down and reboots, I'll always have those memories stored inside Claude Code. Now I know OpenClaw has dreaming and active memory, but I haven't played with it enough to prove it works well for my use cases. Claude Code has it built into every session, markdown files in the folder or memories across session, and it's been super rock solid for me so far. Now I want to make a basic skill for my Claudie. That's the next thing, and I can say make a skill that checks weather using Open-Meteo API. I don't need to say anything more. I don't need to tell about folders or files. I'm literally just going to tell Claude that. And look at this, within seconds, it says done. I created a /weather skill in a directory called skills weather skill.md. So you see how intelligent this is. I didn't need to go about telling it to create skill folders and files. Claude Code just knows what to do, and now it even gives me usage for this, so I can actually type in /weather, and somewhere I'm going to in just a moment will be Los Angeles. So let's type in /weather, Los Angeles. You see it goes straight to my VPS. The skill is recalled. You can see it's calling the Open-Meteo API for LA. And boom, within seconds, I've got today's weather in Los Angeles, California, all broken down for me. This is really insane. Now we'll move on to step 4, which is replacing heartbeats, cron jobs. Let's hop in and show you the first basic thing. If I type in /loop and then 1M, which means 1 minute, and then I'll say, give me LA weather and a random emoji, do it in 2 words. Okay, this is a really simple loop, and when I send that off to Claude Code, the /loop command runs that skill every 1 minute. And look, it's cool and clear right now with a unicorn emoji. This is fantastic. I'm just going to let this run for 2 or 3 more minutes so we can see that it loops and runs every single minute. Okay, you can see Claude Code kicking into action over here, checking the LA weather, and in real time, boom, mild clear with an octopus emoji. It's doing exactly what I wanted. And as you can see, it's been running for the last few minutes here, and it's rolling one more time, checking the weather in LA. We've been checking every minute here, and look at all these different emojis we've collected. Now, this is really fantastic, but it doesn't stop there. We can say, cancel that loop like that, just in natural language, and it will reply back to me on Telegram to confirm that this has happened. Cancelled, no more minute by minute LA pings. Awesome. Natural language, talking to my bot right there inside Telegram. But it doesn't stop there. If we look at the Claude documentation, we can set one-time reminders. This is really powerful. So I can say, remind me in 2 mins to check the weather. And then down there, got it, I'll ping you in around 2 minutes to check the weather. This is really, really good. And I can also copy commands like this. What scheduled tasks do I have? Paste it in here and find out. You can see it says I've got 1 scheduled task. It knows that, the reminder to check the weather. And do take note that the Anthropic documentation have really comprehensive instructions on all the one-liner commands you can run from Claude Code to set up your own loops, your own scheduled tasks. It's really amazing. Okay, this is great. You can see I've got my OpenClaw setup pretty much rebuilt on a VPS with Telegram, skills, memory, loops, and so much more. But just one gap. In OpenClaw, I was able to access all the things, right? I could connect it with things like my X account, my Gmail, my YouTube channel. And I need a layer in this setup too, so that I can access all the things and have my Claude use its claws to access everything. That's what made OpenClaw magical, right? I needed to reach out to Slack, maybe Gmail, maybe YouTube. Now, I could just install each API key as I go and roll along, but that would be really difficult, painful, and a little bit convoluted. There's actually something much better for this build, and I'm going to show it to you now. If you've seen my recent videos, you've probably seen info about the Zapier SDK. It's really powerful. So I'm going to install the Zapier SDK, and this install is genuinely fun. Zapier have actually written a setup prompt specifically for coding agents. If we scroll through the introduction, you'll see they have a get started with cursor, but you'll see they have a 64-line prompt here, which will get Zapier SDK up and running with my new Claude. So what do? Again, I'm doing a lot of copying and pasting these days. Copy the prompt, go over to Claude here, paste it in, hit enter. That's all I need to do. Okay, this is brilliant. Claude has sent me a Zapier authorization URL. I click allow. And you can see I'm now ready, and it tells me Zapier has pre-built connectors for 8,000 plus apps, Slack, Google Sheets, Salesforce, you name it, all here, all connected via connections I already have ready in my Zapier account. Now, it even messaged me again, want to run a quick test. It can see I've got a Slack account and it's going to look up my username. Well, it's done that already, and it will actually send me a message via Zapier SDK. So I'll say, do it. And look at this. We've got a private message from Zapier and oh my goodness me, hello via Zapier SDK. This thing is working. How powerful is that? In just minutes, I've got Claude Code on a VPS doing all kinds of things with all the apps I'm already connected to via Zapier SDK. No API nightmares. And now it's actually given me 3 more ideas to get me rolling based on my connections that already exist in my Zapier account. Pull stats on your last 7 days and DM in Slack, grab your recent Strava activities and put them into a Google Doc. I won't even say anything else other than do 1 and 2, please. So I want to see both of these in action and see how my new powerful AI agent handles these tasks just with the Zapier SDK connection. And it says on it, building both pipelines. So this is going to be really exciting. It's connecting YouTube, Slack, Strava, and my Google Docs account, wiring them all up, and it's going to ping me with progress. And look at this, I've had a YouTube weekly recap with my top performer, views, likes, comments, minutes watched, and the top 5 videos I've published by views. That was sent to me in just a few minutes using the Zapier SDK. But it doesn't stop there, it's now accessing my Strava connection and Google Docs connection using Zapier SDK. It's doing all the things, and soon I'm going to get a spreadsheet of my recent Strava activities. Now you can see it's calling Telegram. So yep, just over here, it's messaged me everything. And look at this. These are all my results. It told me that it pinged me on Slack with my YouTube stuff. And it's even pulled 21 activities from the last 7 days. So let's click that Google Doc link. And look, it takes me to a really nicely made Strava training log with all of my swims. These are actually called plunges, my workouts, my walks, my runs, my weight training, all listed and broken down with links to Strava. This is really cool, and it happened just using 1 or 2 words on my phone inside Telegram. Remember, there were no skills to install, no API keys, no YouTube data API, Google OAuth to wrangle. It's all done using the Zapier SDK. Now, here's the really cool new thing I'm excited about. Claude Code introduced routines earlier in this month, and they really are, well, you could call them a game changer. I can create a routine here. I can say daily Claude Code update, and I can say, let me know what is in the changelog for Claude Code today. I don't need to give any URLs or anything like that. I can just run it on a schedule, maybe daily at 9 a.m., click add the trigger, create again, and you'll see that's all working. Now I can run it now to see how this works. The workflow starts. You see it calls up a Claude Code instance running in the cloud. I can click into it and we can actually see that Claude Code is running here in the cloud on a new routine, and boom, it's got the latest changelog for Claude Code. Really exciting stuff and totally autonomous to run. So I think you can see how powerful this is. All cloud hosted, all reliable, and definitely something I couldn't have built a couple of weeks ago. So here's the full picture for you. 1 VPS with Claude Code running in tmux, Telegram for chatting with it on my phone using the official Claude Code Channels plugin, skills running inside skills folders made with simple prompts inside Telegram, memories baked in inside Claude Code, so no worries about that, routines for anything else that you want to run on a schedule, maybe on Anthropic's cloud, and of course the Zapier SDK as the hands or the claws, if you like, to reach out to thousands and thousands of apps. Every OpenClaw feature mapped over, and I've gained webhook triggered cloud agents on top as well. It's really, really cool. Do you think I'm going to miss anything? Let me know. Honestly, I really like the identity of my OpenClaw, and also feeling that I could rebuild this myself gave me the motivation that actually maybe all is not lost. This setup gives a lot in exchange for the stability and less to maintain. So it's the right trade for me right now. Your mileage, of course, may vary, and that's fine. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this swap. And if you're going to go ahead and try the Zapier SDK yourself, the link is in the description. It's free. It's in open beta right now. So break it, bend it, and see what you can do with it. And if you want to go deeper with AI stuff that eats away your day, emails, calendars, content, to-dos, Zapier is actually running a free webinar series called Keep Up with AI. API, and I'll link that down below too. Next session, we'll be managing your Gmail inbox. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I love doing these videos, and YouTube is showing a video on your screen now. You should watch next. I'll see you there.